Leigh Ann Gilmore is a second-generation native of Orange County. She's been married for over 19 years to Paul, who's a sergeant for Orange County Sheriff Department. She's enjoyed to have always been a stay-at-home mom with their sons. Mitchell is a 17-year-old freshman at OCC and a recent graduate of Marina High School, where he played varsity baseball. Trevor is 14 and is a ninth grader at Orange County High School of the Arts, where he's continuing to pursue his film and television career. Before Legal Shield, she owned a nationwide notary signing service that was driven by the mortgage industry and large direct lenders that were previously leaders in the industry. With the crash of the real estate industry and the economy, she now has the time and freedom to accept an independent associate position. She loves what she does now more than any other previous career choice, because she can share something that helps people with a now benefit and has the greatest impact on them, their families, and their businesses. They're a proud family of a rescue dog that is half German Shepherd and half Golden Retriever, named All-Star. Most of their family time includes enjoying Angels baseball, including spring training getaways, supporting the goals of their boys, and tropical vacations. Please join me in welcoming Leigh Ann Gilmore.
Thank you. Can I have everybody's permission to have a little fun here today?
Yes.
Because just like when you were little and you got out of school and it started pouring rain, that's what happened to me on PCH. So there was cars turned sideways, all down to one lane, and of course I got caught in a rainstorm. So don't judge my product on my hair today, because I'm on my way to see Marty when I'm done. Really, truly I am. We have a great 3-minute clip that we've never had any marketing done on our company in the past before. That's why we're so excited and so proud to have that. And it's on YouTube. And I know you guys will be dying to watch it at home in your spare time. And it's just called mylegalshield.com.
In America, every generation is born with a dream, with the notion of equality, with the freedom to make certain choices, to exercise certain rights, the right to life, the right to liberty, the right to pursue happiness. But it wasn't until Harlan Stonecipher was blindsided by a motor vehicle and hospitalized in 1969 that he realized it was money, not rights, that gained you access to our legal system. And after depleting his life savings, defending himself against something he didn't do, Harlan Stonecipher was determined to make legal protection accessible to everyone, everywhere, no matter how traumatic or trivial the situation, so that no one would ever be blindsided again. And that's exactly what he did. It was the early 90s when an idea to create a proprietary network truly changed the game. It meant that instead of hundreds of good attorneys serving hundreds of customers, now there was one dedicated law firm serving thousands of members. And instead of attorneys waiting for work to get paid, they were prepaid. The business model for legal products was turned on its head, and a whole new scope and level of service was born. What had been a good product became a great product. And now, on-call advice went from being the privilege of the few to the right of the many. That's the product we sell today. How good does it feel to be able to offer that kind of service to your friends, your neighbors, your community? Our product is something to be proud of. It has stood the test of time. 40 years and 20 million times, our lawyers have been there to protect their clients, helping our 4 million users live their lives on their own terms. Our members fear nothing. The protection of our product is total. A shield that watches over them and their loved ones, protecting their rights, their freedom, and their future. Everyone, everywhere, deserves to wake up with peace of mind, feeling protected every day, every night, forever by our new company, Legal Shield. Total access, total freedom.
But the reason I'm so excited about this is, like I said, this is going to open up a whole new avenue, a whole new arena of people that have never heard of our service. And that is why I'm so passionate about this business. It's not that it can't be done. We know it can be done. People just don't know about us. So that's why with groups like this, regardless of what our business is, that's why it's so important that we connect and do some networking. But I just want to let you guys know about just one small area of what our service does for people. And Devin and Vivian brought up a great point about not conflicting. I'll never have a problem if an attorney wants to return or start with our group, because I'm not looking to put them out of business. If you have, or your corporation has, an attorney that's on retainer already, I'm not asking you to quit. I'm not asking you to release them or anything like that, because what our service does is, let's say you have employees that can't afford the same attorney that you have for your company or for your business. They may or may not be able to afford that attorney. They're also not going to be able to use our service against you, because when you offer it as a group situation, they can never ask about labor issues. They just can't. That's the agreement. How silly would it be for us to say, hey, we want to let your employees turn around and sue you and their coworkers? We'd be out of business. That's actually how our company started. So the biggest area, like I said, that people use our service for and keeps people at work, whether it's you or your employees, they have unlimited access to a closed network law firm. Our law firm here that covers the whole state of California just happens to be in downtown LA. They have 2 or 3 floors of the Citigroup building. I think they're at 4th and Flower. I've been there actually, I just don't remember the address. But
444. I used to work there.
Thank you. Thank you very much. So 4th and Flower, I was right? Okay, I've only been there once. So they have access to an attorney, I like to say 25 hours a day. It doesn't matter if it's a holiday, a Saturday morning at 2 a.m., whatever the situation is, trivial or traumatic, you have access to that law firm. You can ask them on an unlimited amount of matters, call them unlimited amount of times. They'll do contract and document review. They say 10 pages, but if it's a standard document, those 10 pages are pretty much going to be the areas that are pertaining and special to you with your contract or document. A few months ago, my husband and I did a refi. I was able to send the note and all the writers to the law firm because someone else's attorney has looked at that document, but not mine. And Kelly can tell you, anytime she gives documents to a borrower, what does it say at the bottom? Have your attorney review these documents before you sign. But nobody does. I never did. And now I call the law firm all the time about regular situations, things that I would never have considered calling an attorney about before. Monday, I called the law firm about 3 different things. 3. Not because I'm a bad person, I'm a good person, but stuff happens in our life that maybe is just not fair, or because we're uneducated. I had no idea what half of what you guys were talking about. I'm not a techie at all. So, but I'm glad you know what you're talking about. Just like when I call the law firm, I know I'm glad that they know what they're talking about. Because I had 3 different situations, and I talked to 3 different attorneys that all specialized in that area. None of it was anything really big. One of it was a $27 subscription online that I thought I was buying a hardcover book because they showed a picture of this woman holding the book, so I thought I was buying the book. Turns out to be a $27 monthly subscription to an ebook. They don't even have the book in print. And it's a subscription letter that they send out a little blurb once a month. That wasn't what I was looking for. And if somebody's holding a book, I'm thinking there's a book somewhere. So call the law firm about that. Like I said, it can be a few dollars, it can be tens of thousands of dollars. We had one lady, she was 26 years old. She got a letter from the IRS that she was being audited for $18,000. I don't care if you're 50 years old, you might not have that extra $18 just hanging around to pay the IRS. Most people would just roll over and either pay it in a lump sum or start making payments, right? But because she had access to a law firm, she was able to talk to a tax attorney, which, by the way, is one of the most expensive attorneys around. In New York, they run about $1,000 an hour. But she was able to fax that over to the attorney. They took a look at it. They contacted the IRS and they said, you know, I'm sorry, we made a mistake. You don't owe us $18,000. You just owe us $5. But who's going to call, even on an $18,000 matter, who's going to call an attorney that charges $300, $400, $500 an hour because you talk to him for 5 minutes and there's your $18,000? Because, and there's no attorneys in the room, so I can say this. Who's ever received or seen a one-page letter from an attorney? Never. They're always 2 or 3 pages. You know why? They charge by the page. So the letter will start halfway down after all the beautiful salutations and their letterhead and all that. It's always a 2-page letter, but guess what? It's a business. They can. It's okay. I'm okay with that. But what I like about our service is that you don't have to do that if you don't want to. My son's agent is signing up for the service. He has an attorney on retainer that he's going to keep for the really big stuff because that's his comfort zone and that's okay. But he pays that attorney $900 an hour. But when he has labor issues, when he has agents that leave and they go to another agency and they try to take all the clients with them, he's going to call our law firm in downtown LA because he owns a business. He gets a business rate of $50 a month. That's more than what a consumer would pay or an employee. But for $50 a month, if he has 3 people that leave and try to steal half of his clients, he can make a phone call, they'll send out a letter, and he's got 75 hours of trial time right off the bat. Each year you get a little bit more, up to 5 years, it levels out at over 300 hours. One of my friends says, if you need more than that, keep driving that white Bronco. So, kind of funny. But anyway, and that's basically what it is. Because that time, even if you use all 75 hours in 1 year, the next year you get your increment and it replenishes, so you're like at 135 hours. So it never goes away. The price never goes up on existing members. So just like when you add a teenage driver to your auto policy and you're like, oh my God, you're right, and you sign away. When you have more children or if they become of age, it all stays the same price. If you're so inclined to adjust your will, you get a living trust, or excuse me, a living will with your membership. You can update it. You can put kids in, take them out. Thank you very much. Anyway, so I'd like to really do a one-to-one with all of you, not to sell you what I do, because I'm not interested in that really, but I am interested in you knowing what I do and finding out what you do and how I can help your business grow as well. All right? Thank you.